What's up, everybody? So you know what's happening. That's probably the same thing I said the last time I did a Chrono Trigger video. So today's big, quote unquote shocking news is Chrono Trigger has finally come out on Steam. I mean, it's really it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone if like people that are super. I guess we'll call you hardcore gamers. People that plumb the depths of the internet that they probably shouldn't, such as NeoGaf. Yeah, like scum of villainy and such that it is. There was a post. Where was the post? Let's see. Where was it? On VG Leaks. Like 14 months ago. December 2016, where they leaked slash rumored that in addition to Final Fantasy 15 coming out this year, actually in 2017, FF12, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy Tactics, I think War of the Lions, not the original PS1 version, as well as Final Fantasy 1 and 2, were all supposed to release on PC in like the next 2 years. Well, take that with a grain of salt. You probably did, like I did. At the time, I was like, oh, that'd be pretty fucking cool. And I was like, yeah, I'll definitely buy that. Even though in the back of my head, I knew the reality of what was going to happen. And now we have confirmation. So they indeed did port Chrono Trigger to PC, which, how the fucking hallelujah. 23 years too late, in my opinion. It has Steam achievements. It's supposedly higher resolution. I mean, we'll look at the store page here. It has the extra content from the DS release. Let's see here. Key features. There's extra music, like original score that Yasunori, I don't know how to fucking... say his name. I didn't realize I had broadcasting turned on. So there's some extra songs that weren't in the original version. You can tell already when you boot up the game that it's not the original soundtrack. Because there are like 16 fucking versions of the soundtrack that have come out at this point. The original was 16-bit, and then there's an orchestral version. There's at least two different versions of the official soundtrack. I have the 3-disc version that was the actual Super Nintendo 16-bit music. And then there's another one. There's like the orchestral version, which is also cool. The music mostly sounds the same, but they've kind of like mixed in, I think, some of the alternative versions, as well as that additional music. So those were some changes. It also came with some wallpapers, which are probably fucking buried somewhere. I'm sure I can find them here in like 3 seconds. I love that Windows 10 still doesn't have open file location. Why would you... These are the stupidest shortcuts ever. Like, let me just go in here, went to my full hard drive. Yes, I have Steam Achievement Manager. Fucking sue me. Chrono Trigger. Oh, I just realized you can't even see the screen. Oh well. Limited edition, here we go. So there's digital liner notes in a bunch of different languages. That's kind of cool. It has the fucking rocket bike from the future. Or rather, the rocket car, whatever the hell the thing is. So there's a special medley. in MP3 format. I never heard it before. It's probably just a, like it says, it's a medley, and there's some wallpapers. Cool, I guess. A, it's not like you paid extra for a limited edition, so you can't be disappointed that it comes with shit. Really, they should have included a digital art book, and they honestly should have included the soundtrack, at least the original OST. I would have paid an extra like $5 for it. So that's what it comes with. So like I said, it comes with the DS content. There's a couple extra dungeons. There's some extra shit. To be frank, I never played the DS version, and I hate the PS1 version, so I never finished it. And I've bitched about it somewhere, I don't know. So anyway, that's not the problem. Like, the release is cool. However, as I was saying before, you knew they were going to fuck it up. They had to fuck it up because it's Square Enix. They don't know what they're doing. They're totally inconsistent, like you see all the fucking effort they're putting into Final Fantasy 15. They released a demo ahead of time. They released a benchmark tool ahead of time. They put in Ansel support. They put in whatever that NVIDIA Ansel like reshade bullshit is. They put that in. Not that it works, because it crashed the game when I tried to use it. They are including mod support. They've come out repeatedly and said, like, make whatever mods you want. We don't care. Just do whatever you want. They've even showcased the mods. They had like a Caxwar mod or something. So why, if you're going to put that much effort into a brand new port to PC that by the way is coming out like 2.5 years late, would you do this bullshit? This is the mobile version user interface. Do you see this? I'm just going to go ahead and start the game. See this? It's fucking terrible. It is horrendous. And here, the power button. This little Square Enix Online bullshit that befouls my main menu of Chrono Trigger. So basically, this is the exact interface from the mobile version. So that's the iOS and the Android version. They're both identical. And just by the way, those versions came out when's the original release date? I don't know. It was a long time ago. 2012. So it's been almost 6 years, and it was probably on Apple operating system before it was on Android. Probably like at least a year. So probably 6 years exactly, give or take a couple months. So those came out on mobile fucking 6 years ago, and they just sat there. They didn't do shit with it, and then 6 years later we get it on PC. What up with that? Like what the fuck, dude? I guess they don't want to make money. And so, like I said, they're screwing the pooch because that's the only thing they know how to do. So they put in this mobile interface, and to their credit, they did update the existing mobile game. So it's just a super late port, but I mean, that's just fucking disrespectful to release a game that you've had available on Android and iOS for 6 years when it requires pretty much minimal changes. And I don't say that as an expert. I've never made a game for Droid or iOS. I don't ever plan to. But it's not really a lot of work for a AAA developer staffed with like tons of fucking people that isn't really even coming out with new games. I mean, seriously, like, think about it. What new games have they come out with? Final Fantasy 15 is 3 years old. Just Cause 3 is 3 years old. I don't know. Rise of the Tomb Raider is like 2 years old. So like, I mean, what, Hitman came out like last year, maybe? I don't know. It's just, I consider it fucking a slap in the face, and it's disrespectful on multiple fronts. One, to have waited this long to basically just do a direct port, not do anything special whatsoever for the PC version. And two, the fact that they even like kept this shitty, ugly interface from the mobile version. It's stupid. Why? No one wants. I mean, you know, if you've never played Chrono Trigger and you have to fucking play it and you can't find a DS or an SNES or a PS1 or a ROM, then yeah, that's cool. But they're calling this the definitive version. Well, I'm sorry, but the definitive version includes the original UI, which I guess to this UI's credit, it does at least still have the color schemes from the original, but it's fucking ugly. And I think the reason it's ugly is because it's you know, high fidelity. It's not like old ass 16-bit. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get into the actual game. And I just want to point out that, I mean, that's just my opinion. But if you go on the Steam store or you go on Reddit and look at like the shit dozens of reviews and conversations, that's basically everybody else's sentiment. They're like, well, I wanted to buy it, but it's the mobile version, which is, you know, whatever. I already own the mobile version on Droid, and I never really played it because I didn't want to, because touchscreen is garbage. So whatever. If I pay for it a second time, that's fine with me, even though the money doesn't actually go to the original team that created this game. So there's more trash. Like, look how fucking gigantic these buttons are. We'll choose active. The real battle mode. Emoji not supported. Oh my gosh. So the game is supposed to have improved resolution. I don't really know about that. I mean, you can't. It's kind of hard to take a game that was like 320 by like 480 and, you know, upscale it to work on like 1080p without some kind of changes, without some kind of graphical quality loss. Wake up, motherfucker. Ah, that's later. But I mean, other than that, like, all in all, it plays the same, and it more or less looks and sounds the same. Another thing that's shitty is, like, there aren't any options. You can't actually change any graphical settings. All you can change is the resolution. Okay, cool. And apparently they swapped some of the buttons, I've heard. So what the fuck? So like holding left and right auto runs. How do you walk? Here we go. So you have to hold. There's probably a setting for that, but you have to hold. I guess you would call cancel to walk. Otherwise, you would auto run. In the original game and like all 15,000 ports, you hold circle to run. I could be wrong. I highly doubt it though. There's something in here. Oh, okay. And so the other thing is, allegedly this is a limited release. So like they're saying that you have to buy the game now because it's going to be gone on April 2nd. Which, I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Like, they wouldn't pull... Why would you even invest the resources to port a game to a system and then pull it off of the market, like, 6 weeks after it comes out? That's not even the typical 8-week release window that you would see for a game that gets released. Like, I mean, that's like the rule of thumb is... When you release a game, you give it 8 weeks on the market at full price and see how it sells. And then after that, you leave it on the market, but then, you know, you do whatever. Like you put a discount or whatever if that's what you want to do. So that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, there's no logic behind that. They apparently also added an autosave feature. Come here, cat. You can't even hear the cat. There we go. Okay, so let's see what these options are. No actual options. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm a purist. Like, I prefer the original menu, but I don't think it's too terrible. I mean, it's modern-ish. Whatever. I just want to know how to save because I'm done with this. Yeah, but see, look at Chrono. He looks fucking terrible, and I think that's because of the rescaling. It's, I mean, he just looks awful, like totally awful. You don't spend a lot of time on the world map anyway, so I guess worse things have happened. I don't know. But that's it. It's 15 bucks. Has achievement support, so you know, finally, like, yay! If you've never played the game, I honestly wouldn't suggest buying it. I would tell you to play the original, not the PS1, not the DS, but like literally the original 1995 version on Super Nintendo. I don't care what your opinion is on ROMs, legal, illegal, whatever. Just fucking play it that way, and then buy this version if you want it. If you don't own a Nintendo with a virtual console or something where you like, you know, where you can buy a better version of the game. Not that your money goes to the right people anyway. But I'm not going to refund it. I've been waiting 23 years for this, so really 2 years, but a year and 2 months, but it's still 23 years. Because it's stupid, you know, like Final Fantasy VII PC port came out immediately. Final Fantasy VIII PC port came out immediately. So why does the superior game have to wait over 2 decades to get a PC port? I don't know. But this is pretty cool too. Actually, I don't think I can get there. If you look a little bit up and to the left, northwest of Chrono, you see this horrible like patterning with the trees next to that little body of water up there, left of the castle. It's just a straight line, like under that cloud right now. Like, what the fuck? How do you fuck that up, dude? It's right here. It's up here too. Like, this never happened on the original game. And look, like yeah, I read this in reviews. Like, the block cells or whatever are totally fucked up on the world map. I don't know. I haven't played anything yet, but this is the best RPG ever made. Fuck you if you disagree. So, I mean, I would still give it like a 6 out of 10. I guess I wouldn't give it any lower of a score than I would give the mobile version. But, I mean, these changes are just stupid. And a lot of them aren't changes so much as they're like oversights and mistakes. But anyway, that's Chrono Trigger on Steam. It's apparently only on sale till April 2nd. You know, be incredulous, if you will, at that. I am, because that's fishy. It's 600 megabyte, you know, the same size as the PS1 version. So it's going to take you like 1 second to download. If you like this game, I mean, if you already own the game elsewhere and you're a PC master race type fellow, I would just buy it. It's fucking, you know, it's $15. Like, what's that going to buy you anyway? A fucking hamburger? A couple gallons of gas? Just buy it. Not that I'm saying to blindly support Square Enix, Squinix, but, you know, it's up to you. I don't give a shit. It's your money. But I'm just saying, it's still a pretty damn good game, despite the ridiculous, unnecessary, unprofessional flaws and shit marketing. You make the decision. Peace.